Hey everybody, this is Patrick, your mecha support guy in the Discord. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. See me here in front of a video. So basically that's because we've had a lot of questions lately about what is Mecha Musume. So we thought we'd do another introduction video where I will break down what it is, who makes it, and kind of how does it compare to other stuff that is Playmo. So to start, I thought we would get a quick definition of what Mecha Musume is. Mecha, defined by the Oxford Dictionary as a large fighting machine in the shape of an animal or person, usually controlled by a person who rides inside of it. So things like Gundam, Zoids, Voltron, etc. Musume basically translates from the Japanese as daughter, but is also used as, generic woman or girl. If you're interested in that, the website Japanese Particles Master goes more in depth on the translation and meaning of the kanji used for Musume. Now we can quickly take those two words, slap them together, and super simplify them into robot girl. A little bit longer of a roundabout way to get where you probably guessed that was going in the end, but hey, just trying to be thorough here. You also might be familiar with robot girls as they've been around in anime and manga for decades at this point. In relation to what we do here at Mecha Warehouse, the Mecha Musume term specifically refers to the category of model kits that depict girls with additional options for mechanized body parts. Arms, legs, some with significantly more body armor, some with significantly less body armor, and typically with lots of artillery, lots of weapons. There are several manufacturers today making Mecha Musume model kits with a wide range of difficulty in the builds, some being super simple and some being more than just a little advanced. Many are designed for a specific look out of the box, but some are designed to be as customizable as you can imagine. It's not to say you can't go wild in your custom builds, even with the ones for their specific look. Some are just designed for that, and some are designed for easy customization out of the box. Some have lots of accessory packs available separately, and some come with a lot of additional options in the box to kind of change up your finished look. Now, if you want to leave off some of the more intricate weapons and armor, the girls themselves are going to average around 7 to 8 inches tall, about the size of your average high grade from Bandai or a 1/12 scale action figure. That said, if you're gonna kit them out, you're gonna wanna leave some additional display space available, as some of them can get quite large when you add on those weapons and armor packs. You also find a wide range in the pricing, with some kits coming in around $30, like your average 30-minute sister kit from Bandai, and some well over $100, like the variable fighter girls from Aoshima. These price gaps are commonly due to the amount of plastic in the kits, but can also be attributed to things like production capacity or cost of renting time at the fab, and in some cases they're licensing out other companies' intellectual property, IPs, or they're doing collabs, so those can kind of change the pricings. If those points sound like I've basically been describing everything else in the Playmo world, you're not really wrong, and that's kind of the point here. This video is kind of to show that the girl kits are becoming less and less of a subgenre and are very much becoming more mainstream in the Playmo world. With this rapid growth of Musume, it can be often hard to keep up with the number of manufacturers and the variety of their kits. I'm going to try to break them down a little bit, compare their offerings, try to line them up with the grading systems most people are kind of familiar with from Bandai, being like high grade, real grade, master grade. I haven't really found any that would be simple enough to fall into the entry grade line, and I haven't found any that I would really push into that perfect grade line either. But these are my opinions, so your mileage may vary. To start off, I would guess that most people in the Playmo hobby are probably familiar with, or have at least heard of, Bandai's series of 30-minute sisters, like Taishi here. These are pretty reasonably priced, typically in the $30 to $35 range, and are designed out of the box to be super customizable. Bandai sells a wide variety of 30-minute sisters accessories with different hair options, body part options, outfits, armor, weapons. They're also highly compatible with the Bandai 30-minute missions line of kits and accessories due to their common 3mm pegs and their C-clips. These are going to be usually roughly equivalent to a high grade kit in both size and complexity of the build. Moving over to a company like Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya has multiple lines of Musume kits. Starting with like their Megami Device line. That one's going to range from smaller kits like the Soul Hornet, coming in at about $50, and being a little bit more like a real grade in her build to something like the AUV Susanoo, which is in the $100-ish, $100+ depending upon where you find it, range. That is more akin to a more complex master grade. She's got a lot of extra stuff. Kotobukiya also brings us their line of frame arms girls, which are anthropomorphized versions of their popular frame arms series of military mech model kits, and again are going to range in complexity from a real grade to a master grade. This is also where I would probably include their Sosai Shoujo Tain kits, as in the anime series for frame arms. They're the characters that are building the frame arms girls. Kotobukiya also has a very large series of accessory packs under their MSG line to bring additional weapons and armor to all of their kits. Stepping outside of those big two, we get manufacturers like MS General. Their Musume kits tend to be more on a theme, like the 12 Kingdoms from Chinese history, with kits like Cao Cao and Ma Chao, or their Zodiac line with the Shadow Ox and Shadow Rabbit. These kits too tend to be in the higher price range, but there is a lot of plastic in these boxes. Most come with what amounts to a second kit in the box, be it a motorcycle like the Ma Chao or a whole second body like for the Shadow Ox. I would put all of their offerings at least kind of the master grade equivalent in terms of complexity, build time, and just sheer volume of plastic in the box, especially because of that secondary kind of kit that's in there. Really kind of add a lot to these ones. Most of these kits come with options in the box for different color. Like they'll use the multiple colors of some of the runners in the box to kind of swap out. They'll give you armored and unarmored limbs. Usually, you know, a whole second head, so you can build that second body with most of them. But overall, they are designed with a specific look in mind. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get creative. A little imagination and some paint, and you can still really make anything you want to out of these. Sliding over to Eastern Model, you might recognize their name from their higher quality Iron Man kits that they've been putting out over the past couple of years, but they also make a Musume line called Attack Girl, or ATK Girl, like the Imperial Guard. These ones, just based on the size of that box, probably guess also come with a lot of plastic in the box. And they're gonna be, again, in that real grade to master grade, probably closer to the real grade simply due to the quantity of really tiny parts and the high detail that they do get into. The Imperial Guards and some of the others also do come with like cloth accessories in the box, which is kind of a unique thing. And they do, I have not built one yet that does not come with enough to build a full second body, although not really a whole lot of extra weapons in that, so no, I wasn't really able to kit out both bodies with lots of armor and weapons, just either one with a lot and one with a little, or both with some. Eastern Model also makes a series of optional parts, like their Christmas dress set would offer extra body parts and more cloth accessories. Then we have kits coming in from Nuke Matrix. Their Cyber Forest line, like Fox and the Info Tactician, lean more into mechanized animal characters, with the Tactician being a bunny and the Fox being, well, a fox. Like the other Chinese manufacturers, Nuke Matrix puts a lot of plastic in the box for the price, and you do get some pretty cool weapons and accessories that even have some optional combinations between the kits. If you're able to pick up a couple of different ones, you can make some interesting combinations there. Also, like MS General and Eastern Model, they do have a specific look in mind from their creators, but you know, creativity, sky's the limit. So to summarize, Mecha Musume, Robot Girls, Mecha Girls, however you want to call it, come in just as many varieties, skill ranges, and pricing as basically anything else in the Playmo world. So if you're looking at Musume kits and have no idea where to start, or if it all looks a little overwhelming or intimidating, I'm gonna say probably start with a 30-minute Sisters kit. They're relatively inexpensive, fairly basic to build, and will probably give you an idea if you wanna do more. If you're the kind of person that's like, go big or go home when trying something new, but still want access to easy to find compatible option parts for some customization, then I'd point you at the frame arms girls. If you're ready to bleed for your hobby, as some of these do have sharp points and edges, then maybe something like the larger Megami Device, like the Susanoo or the Tamama no Mae, or any of the Chinese manufacturers. Would you like to know more? Let me know in the comments what you want to know more about when it comes to the Mecha Musume or girl kits in general. If you have built or are building Musume kits, let me know what your favorite one was, what you thought about it, what you liked, what you didn't like. If you haven't, is there something holding you back? I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know what you guys like. If you like this video, maybe we might make some more.